What is up? I get the same questions a lot about the Sur Ron. Like, where do you get it? How much does it cost? How fast does it go? What kind of range do you get? Am I big enough for it? So in this video, I'm going to answer those questions. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm on my own. I don't need no one. I don't, yeah.
So the first question is always, where do I get one? And the answer depends where you live. So I only know the answer for the US. If you live in the US, you've got two options. You've got Bike Craze here in Los Angeles. They do only local pickup and a little discount if you reach out to me first. But that's only local to LA. So if you're not able to pick it up in LA, don't bother. Your second option would be Lunicycle. They ship nationwide. They haven't sponsored me or anything. Let's get around this slow car. The second most common question is, how much does the bike cost? Here in the US, you can get them for just about $4,000. They used to be a little less, now they tend to be a little more, but it's about $4,000 out of the box. The price of this bike, it's got a lot of mods. It's got a modified battery, controller, wheels, and if it wasn't for my sponsors, this bike would cost about $7,000. I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, so I'm just going to throw it in really quick. I personally got my bike, the red one you see in all my videos, from Lunicycle in 2018. I got it used. They don't really sell used bikes, but I guess I was just lucky. I showed up to their store in LA and they had a used one available, which was this one, and I picked it up for $3,200, which was a steal. So the next question people tend to ask is, how fast does it go? The stock bike goes just over 45 miles an hour. Some websites claim it goes 50. It doesn't go 50. Maybe downhill it'll go 50, which is more than enough for most commuting, more than enough for off-roading. It's very powerful, very fast out of the box. With the modified controller and a modified battery, then you're looking more at like 80 miles an hour. This thing's an absolute beast. I've got mine limited at 65 miles an hour because that's plenty, but if I wanted to, I could easily hit 80. Alright, so we talked about where you can get the bike, how much it costs, how fast it goes. The next most popular question is, how much range do you get per charge? Out of the box, riding pretty aggressively on the street, you'll get about 30 to 40 miles. That's just like, this is the thing, it's really hard to talk about range because it totally depends how you're riding, if there's a slight incline, what kind of wheels you have. So you're gonna get about 30 to 40 miles on the stock battery, probably closer to 30 honestly. On this bike with the 72 volt 32 amp hour battery and the BAC 4000 controller, I've been getting about 60 miles per charge pretty consistently. If you wanted to do really long haul rides, you should consider getting a battery with a higher amp hour capacity. Bust a little wheelie here. Haha. Do a little one-hander. These are scary because you don't get to use the brake when you only got one hand. Haha. The last question I'm going to address in this video is the question about size. I would say the bike is bigger in real life than it looks in person. That was my first impression when I saw it for the first time. And I would say anyone from like 5'3" to 5'11", this is like the perfect size. Like, for what it is, right? It's obviously not a full-size dirt bike, but you'll fit. If you're 6 feet or over, you'd probably be interested in checking out some lift kits. You can get lift kits from Lunicycle. You can get them from Sur Ron Shop. I've got a discount code for the Sur Ron Shop lift kits. And they lift the seat and they lower the pegs. If you've got any other questions you'd like me to address in a future video, please put them down below and I will note them. And stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm on my